Minority Report is now a reality in China. China is using big data to target ethnic minorities in Xinjiang, detaining them on the basis that they may someday threaten the government. Beijing has been using surveillance cameras with facial recognition technology, Wi-Fi sniffers, and police checkpoints to monitor the country's Uyghur population. Data from these sources, as well as existing health, banking, and other records, feeds into the Integrated Joint Operations Platform, a system that uses predictive policing to flag down potential threats. Authorities personally visit flagged individuals to gather more information, but can take into custody anyone deemed suspicious, whether or not they've committed a crime. Most detainees are sent to political education centers, where they are reportedly indoctrinated in Chinese socialist ideology. Reports estimate that roughly 120,000 people are being held indefinitely, without charge or trial, inside the camps. Someone's always watching in China. There's no escaping in China. Chinese authorities have begun donning high-tech glasses to spot suspects, the latest use of facial recognition technology in the increasingly all-seeing state. Police in Zhengzhou can now verify people's identities within minutes using sunglasses with a camera attachment, which is connected to a database via a portable device. Officers who spot a suspicious person from as far as 5 meters away need only take a photo showing at least 70% of the face. The photo is run through the system, allowing officers to access information like names, ethnicity, gender, and address. It also details the hotel a person is staying at, recent internet history, and whether he is wanted for any crime. 7 suspects involved in a kidnapping and hit-and-run incidents have been arrested so far, with 26 others apprehended for using fake IDs. The use of facial scanners and other similar technology are widespread in China, where there are fewer privacy concerns. The government is in the process of amping up surveillance, starting with a database containing relevant information on its 1.3 billion citizens. China planning on going full Big Brother in 2020. China is nothing if not innovative when it comes to finding ways to exert control over their people, and it looks like they're rolling out an entirely new way to spy on the public. Beijing plans to launch its social credit system nationwide by 2020 to rate the trustworthiness of 1.3 billion people by assigning each individual a score. The system will take things into account such as credit history, contract obligation fulfillment, personal characteristics, behavior and preferences, and interpersonal relationships to calculate a score. Once the system becomes mandatory, people with low scores could be punished with slower internet speeds, be denied access to certain restaurants, nightclubs, or golf courses, and restricted from traveling. Scores will also affect an individual's rental applications, ability to secure insurance or a loan, as well as Social Security benefits. Only one question remains: why aren't you in China right now?
China plans Minority Report-style social credit system. China's authoritarian government plans to implement a dystopian social credit system that uses big data to monitor the behavior of citizens. China's social credit system will monitor social media activity, careers, online purchases, financial and criminal records, and then translate them into a credit score. Citizens will get higher scores if they post pro-government comments and pay bills online. However, scores drop if they post about controversial topics or exhibit what's considered wasteful spending behavior, such as buying imported goods. A person's social network is crucial to determining their rating, because having friends with low credit scores brings one's own mark down too. The system is expected to cover everyone in China by 2020. Someone with a low score may be deemed untrustworthy, and consequences could include difficulties in getting loans, hotel rooms, or even denial of overseas travel. The system is in its pilot phase, with 8 private companies commissioned to set up their own credit databases. Alibaba's popular Sesame system measures users' honesty on China's biggest dating website. Other firms involved include internet giant Tencent and Shanghai Zhenxing, owned by China's biggest insurance and financial group.
China is watching. The world's most populous country is building its surveillance network and could soon be keeping a close eye on each and every one of their 1.3 billion citizens. Roughly 176 million AI-equipped surveillance cameras are currently installed all over China, with the number set to increase to 626 million by 2020. Citizens' ID profiles, social media photos, and other personal details are being filed in a database and connected to security cameras nationwide. The advanced surveillance system uses facial recognition technology to instantly identify the name, gender, and age of any pedestrian and the type and color of any vehicle. The same technology is being used by commercial and private institutions for financial dealings, keyless entry, and even to thwart toilet paper theft. The system can also scan faces and compare them with the police database, allowing authorities to locate and apprehend criminals at large. The network claims to boost safety and security and reduce crime, but has ironically been dubbed Skynet. Terminator, anyone? That Skynet ended up trying to exterminate humanity, but the Chinese version will probably be worse. In China, someone's always watching. Facial recognition is popping up everywhere in China as the government looks to technology to keep constant track of its people and what they're up to. Chinese apartments equipped with keyless entry use cameras to scan and verify residents' faces. But although convenient, the technology is also being used by authorities to monitor individuals and identify alleged bad guys and persons of interest. The project, called Sharp Eyes, intends to connect public security cameras with those in private compounds and buildings to form a nationwide surveillance and data-sharing network. Sharp Eyes' aim is to compile information on citizens, including criminal and medical records, travel and purchase history, and social media use, and link it to a face and identity card. Its name derives from a communist slogan and is linked to Chairman Mao's attempts to get citizens to spy on each other. Supposedly, the system can track suspicious behavior to help eliminate crime, which in China can be anything from homicide to speaking out against the government. Ultimately, the goal is for total surveillance, and in a country where being an ethnic minority or an activist can get you flagged, that prospect is frightening.